Hello everyone, this is Crystal Potthoff from Prayerful Arts. I am making another attempt at a quail egg, learning from what went right and what went wrong from the one that I did previously, which was this one. It had a little trouble taking the dye, and I could not get the colored pencil off, and I made the mistake of trying to take the wax off with a candle. So that one's going in the private collection of mine. So I am going to do another one, and I'm going to do a different pattern, and I'm getting it drawn out now. I'm going to try and do something maybe a little bit more elaborate than I did. I just did like a 48 triangle, and I'm going to try to do something a little more elaborate, keeping in mind that this is the size of a quail egg, and this is the size of a chicken egg. So, there's going to be a little difference in what I can accomplish. So I'm going to finish drawing this, and then I'll come back and I'll start waxing it. So I'm starting to put the wax on this. I'm using my super duper fine Kiska. On the previous video, I used the candle heated, and it worked well. But I don't have a candle heated with a very fine, so I'm going to use this one. So we're going to, usually I'm like, it's different for me because usually I'm bracing this while I wax it, but maybe I can brace it like this. Oh, okay. Think outside the box, Chris. Okay, so here we go. I'm putting some more wax on it, and come back, and I'm going to do 4 diamonds in a band, and I don't know if I'll do anything on the top or bottom. I may not, and the main reason I may not is because when I started to work on this, I realized it didn't have exactly a neat hole, so I had to put this great big plug on it. So we'll see what happens. Okay. And again, the challenge is keeping things steady without burning myself with the Kiska. Okay. I got some work to do. I'll be back. So I have all the wax on here, and I have tested another one that I was trying to do, and that one was in the orange for several minutes. Not the orange, the pumpkin, and then the carrot, and it was very pale. So what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to put it in the freezer, and then I'm going to put it in the dye and see if that makes a difference. So I don't know if the freezer method made a difference or not. It's an okay yellow color. And the reason I say that is I had both these in the freezer and put this one back in the orange, and it didn't really change color at all. It might be a little deeper. But anyway, I'm going to go with this one and start putting some more wax on what I want to be yellow. So I have a reasonably yellow egg. I do not know if it's yellow because I used the freezer method, or is it yellow because I used a newer dye, or both. I'm not really sure the freezer method helped because the other egg that was the pale orange I also put in the freezer, and it's still a pale orange. So I'm not sure. We'll find out when we go to do the next color. And on this one, I'm leaning toward just the traditional. I'm probably going to do orange. I might do a little green on it and then some orange, red, and black. That's my plan at the moment. And we'll see. Oh, that's not coming out, is it? There we go. See how that works. Okay, we'll add some more wax and I'll be back with the next set of colors. So I used my micro brush to add in a few little spots of green, and we will now cover those areas that we want to stay green, right here and here. And I didn't put any there, and here I just want to put a lot, like a X. That's all we're going to do here, and then I am going to put this in the orange. And I'm going to dunk it in the orange. And hopefully it will take better than the other one did. The other one, I washed it off and I put it in the very light blue. It took 2 dunks, but it got there. I'm just calling that one another learning experience like the first one was. Okay, this needs to go in orange and I'll be back. So I have dyed it orange. It's not as deep as I would have liked, but I tried twice and I think this is what I'm going to get. I'm wondering if these quail eggs have a bloom on them like duck eggs do, and that they don't always dye well. Well, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. The next color I'm going to do will be red, and then I'll do black. So I used the Ukrainian gift shop orange, which does not have vinegar in it. So it removed any green that was left that I didn't put wax on. And you'll see that here when I do the next element, which is right here. I was using my Luba's Electric with the Super Duper Fine, and now I'm going to use my medium because I'm going to completely cover this center here. Right, like that. And then I'll do the same thing on the other two. Let's see what's over here. And then I'm going to dye it in. I think I'm going to try red. Normally I would do scarlet because I think it's a brighter red when you have a black background. But knowing that it's taking the colors a little lighter than I would have wanted, I think I'm going to do, I think I'm going to go with the red, Ukrainian gift shop red. Okay, and now I've switched back to my Luba's Electric with the Super Duper Fine. And now we'll try some red. Okay. Okay, it took the red better than it took the orange. It's still a little lighter color, but that's kind of what I wanted anyway. All right. So now I've already started, but I'm going to fill in all the points of the star. You know, it could be that it might just be time that I need to make a new orange. My orange does get used a lot, so people ask me how long do dyes last, and it really depends on, the biggest factor is how many eggs you do in them. But also, I try to keep mine fairly even temperature. They're stored in a cabinet here, away from the sunlight, and so and away from extreme temperatures also. So, but really, it's all those little dye particles in there floating around, and it looks orange, but might just be a few little particles left. Might not be enough left. Right. Okay, and we'll fill in these. The other thing I'm going to fill in is this band up here. So I'm going to do that before I forget. Oh, you know what? I just remembered. I was going to fill this in with the orange, and I kind of forgot. Oops. So let's see. Maybe I'll put it in purple before I put it in black, because orange was kind of pale. Okay, happy accident or unplanned design change. Yeah, I really like that term. All right, I finish waxing. I guess I will be dyeing it one more color before I put it in the final color. And here we have the egg dyed in Ukrainian gift shop purple. It's not a deep purple by any means, because that's the nature of it, and it's not as deep as like crown purple or royal. Crown purple is Ukrainian accessories. Royal purple is Pysanky USA. Those are a deeper purple, but I didn't want a deeper purple, because sometimes those purples, they can almost look black. Very nice finishing colors. But because I'm going to be having black for my final color, I didn't want the purple to be that dark. And I think I'll fill in this area here too. And then after this, then I will be ready for my final color, which will be black. And we'll see how well that color takes. And here we have the, well, not completed, but I've dyed it black. It did take 2 3-minute dips in the black, and then there was a waiting period in between them. So let's see how this looks with the wax off. And here it is. I used the heat gun. Took about 10 seconds. Anyway, I like it. It was a little frustrating with some of the colors, but the end result is pretty adorable in my opinion. All right, I feel like I've done a better job on a quail egg than I did on this one, but I learned a lot doing this one, so this one got better. All right, let's see what different kind of egg I'm going to do next week. Thanks for watching. Have a blessed day.